Welcome, UndR 45 in the building. It's just it makes me so happy to see how much Afro beats has grown, man. When I see American actors traveling to Ghana, shout out to Iodine Travel, just the party till like 7 a.m., dancing to the music, vibing. Future is bright, man. Let's go.
I will say that, I remember when you know what I'm saying? Like there's always been a few songs here and there that always, maybe not slip to the mainstream, but like slip to the underground. You know what I mean? Most recently, like some Ghanaian drill stuff, the Nasty C stuff we be talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like Burna Boy that like it's really like, oh, we got somebody, you know what I mean? But it is good, man. It's super dope. I feel like there's a lot of collab with reggaeton coming. A lot of possibilities. I mean, Akon got a Spanish album already, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So bright future, like you said.
Mm-hmm. We got a lot to talk about today, man. Where should we start?
You know what I want to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about this.
Go ahead, kick it off, brother.
Bruh. John Morant versus Kyrie. Not that they beefing, but just how the two situations was handled, bruh. Like I don't think anybody really talk about it enough. I know some people touched on it. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't been too tapped in as much as I usually do, you know what I'm saying, with the daily and the Wapty Whoop has been spring break down here, bruh, and I'm a bartender. You already know the vibes. But John Morant, bro, was wilding. He doing like wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about he beating up 17-year-olds, flashing pistols, handguns, little, little hand movements, uh, all kind of stuff, possibly bringing guns on planes, all kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like all these like wild Antonio Brown type things. Nike want to stand by him. You know what I mean? But Kyrie posted a tweet, you know what I'm saying? Just about something. You know what I'm saying? Not even like a full endorsement or, and oh, it's all this and this is what Kyrie has to do to get back in the league. So it just kind of further proves my point, bro. It's like it'd be different treatment. You know what I'm saying? They'll stand by all the idiocracy, the stuff that actually breaks down the community. You know what I'm saying? Like they down for all that. But, you can say what you got to say, and then we can just move on from that one because that one's.
I want you to elaborate a little bit. You're saying that the way that Kyrie got treated was different than the way that Ja did?
They treated Kyrie like he, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, it was like, oh, now yeah, Ja had to be separated from the team and stuff like that, but like Nike came out immediately. Remember, it was like, yo, we can't do nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? Basically, gave Ja his contract. More or less. Obviously, it wasn't like a 1-for-1, but that's the person who stepped in, got signed to Nike, and then he out here flashing guns on live streams, which you really don't have any need for, criminal or not. And it's just like, oh, slap on the wrist. They wrote his little apology for him. Didn't seem sincere, and when we all know Ja don't come from nothing like that. He on some more Papa Doc type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. To me, it's just I don't feel like it's the same, and I feel like they're okay with the destructive behavior, but anything that could possibly educate somebody or da da da. And I'm not even saying that the video or whatever Kyrie posted was accurate, but just that opportunity, just that somebody could, it's like, no, 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 no. We can't have none of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like, nah, dude. Oh, dude wants to beat up 17-year-olds, flash guns on IG. He can apologize. We'll let that slide. Like it doesn't like it just, I don't know. It's like I said, bro.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I kind of see what you're saying because it does seem like Ja got let off the hook real easy. It does seem like a lot of people have forgotten they didn't hold him to it as much. He didn't have a list of things he had to do before he came back,
exactly.
but like he didn't have to. I mean, he apologized, gave a statement, and that was it. Whereas with Kyrie, everybody was telling him that he needed to do this, and they were wondering if he was against the whole community. And
One involves a crime, one involves weapons, one involves like
yeah,
possible violence. This dude is
well,
talking about something it's not even like it was posted on KyrieIrving.com. It was on Amazon. And
yeah,
it's not like Amazon is taking it down.
yeah.
So it's like, what did Kyrie really do?
I agree with you. I've always been on that side when we had these talks in the past. I just think if Dane were here, he would probably say, "Well, the decisions that Kyrie made affected a community much larger in a way that it didn't affect the Black community, and that's why he took such a falling." That's how he. I'm just telling you how he would present it. I'm not saying I agree with it.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to, once again, I don't try to compare my plight with my friend's plight. You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
you. I feel you.
Um, because we all,
Yeah,
if you're a minority or a part of any select group, you know what I'm saying? You go through what you go through, but still at the same time, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Their interests, their safety, their peace of mind is protected. Like it is illegal to fly a Nazi flag in America,
mm,
but you can still fly a Confederate flag in America. There are still state flags. Our interests, our safety, our peace of mind is not protected.
mm,
It's a fucking minstrel show. It is. It's IG clips to them. It's content. It's the
mm.
new wave. It's the new word that they just want to say this month instead of sticking to their own stuff. Like, oh, look what the cat dragged in, or you know what I'm saying. Like, stick to your own stuff. They always want to say stuff we say. You know what I'm saying, just everything, every little detail of it. It's just like, and I mean, it's cool. It's just colloquial language. Like, depending on who you're friends with, what songs you listen to. I'm not saying it's like a an anti anything. I'm just saying like this is culture. This is how culture grows, and it's okay for us to be
I think
compromised.
I think to your point though, you probably wouldn't have a problem if Ja would have received the same treatment as Kyrie, because then it
Nah,
would
because I
be
feel like it's if posting a link about something that might not be true is destructive, what do you call what he was doing?
yeah,
It's
and
destructive. Yes.
I get what you're saying, and I think what I'm trying to say is I think you would have been more understanding if Ja would have received the same type of backlash that Kyrie received for doing barely nothing.
Like literally, you wouldn't like Nike would not stand with Kyrie, but they came out with a statement saying we standing with Ja.
Yeah.
Will stand for this. We won't stand for that. They literally said it.
Mm.
This is what we stand for. This is what we don't. So what's destructive to us is beneficial to them. And I know that's a bold statement. You can keep all your hatred to this little name over here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the truth, bro. It's like fact-based analysis. I mean, I know I'm black, you know what I'm saying, American, but it's like I'm not trying to be biased. It's just fact-based analysis. Like what happened to this dude? What happened to this dude? They play the same position in the same league. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one plays in Memphis. The other one plays in, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
York, now Dallas. So it's just like, and I mean, a lot of times with this stuff, it does come down to how you play.
Well, I
I
also think and I've said this in the past about Kyrie. I think the fact that he was the face of the athlete that refused to take the vaccine.
like he already had a strike.
Here in their eyes, like who are you to think you're above the team?
You
But
wouldn't even you wouldn't even take the vaccine.
and I myself haven't taken it. You know what I'm saying? Till this day. So I understood where he was coming from. But in the eyes of America, it's like, damn, this guy really think he's smarter than all of us to a certain extent. So they were, in my mind, they were already trying to break him down and let him know, like, hey, this is the place you belong. And if you're not careful, we've given you this dream to play and earn millions of dollars. And if you're not careful, you keep thinking you're smarter than us, you're going to say what you want to say, you're going to do what you want to do, we'll take that dream from you. I think it was them doing that to him. But to your point, you still have a valid point. I'm just trying to break down.
No, I agree. I feel like that's a deeper level, what haters would probably call conspiracy level type. I do think that there's a lot of ground and merit to that conversation, but I'm just keeping it light, fact-based analysis. What happened to this point guard in the NBA? What happened to the other point guard in the NBA?
The other point.
That's all. I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And we're not talking Heat, Kings, or Pelicans players, so I have no bias. Yes, Kyrie did go to Duke, but at the same time, it's just what happened. You know what I mean? And it's like I said, there's certain people you can offend in this country and get away with it, and then there's just certain people where it's just like, oh, there seems to be an absolute no touch policy. So.
And with that said, I'd really like to revisit this when Dane comes back. But let's keep it pushing a little bit and talk about some more bias. With NCAA Women's Championship. Did you see that game?
Unfortunately, I did not. I saw the 2 Final Four games though, but I did not get to see the championship. But I do know LSU won. Shout out to the Lady Tigers.
All right, so there was a lot going on.
Some preferential treatment, huh?
Yes. I mean, there's been a lot that's been said. I'm sure a lot of people have probably seen this, so I'm just gonna try to recap as fast as I can. Guess she kind of like did a little hand wave and did a ring thing, and people were saying that she was classless, and Angel Reese, that is, in front of Caitlin Clark. Well, let me not do too much talking. I wanted us to.
This woman can shoot from the logo, lights out. We've never seen anything like this before. She is the real deal, and there was nothing but respect for her. But Angel Reese is very right. She's saying the way in which LSU plays basketball, Don Staley of South Carolina Gamecocks talked about this as well. The way they play ball, people have now said this isn't basketball because the women are playing with more physicality. They're showing that they're just as tough. They're showing that they don't back down. And there should not be an assigned way that women should play basketball. It's good for the game. And to have people come out and criticize Angel Reese for that mocking, that's what you do. This is basketball. Win or go home. Perhaps she could have done it differently, maybe one less gesture. Who knows? Everyone will weigh in. But I am proud of her for saying, look, I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm a big, tall black girl who made you look uncomfortable because I was doing it to a smaller white girl. And you guys have called me ghetto all year long. And that's just not true. This isn't about me. It's for every brown girl that looks like me who wants to play the game and have respect. There was no love lost. Caitlin Clark said that afterwards. This is good for the sport.
So I also have this video. This is her interview after they won.
I don't fit the narrative. I don't fit in the box that y'all want me to be in. I'm too hood. I'm too ghetto. Y'all told me that all year. But when other people do it, y'all don't say nothing. So this was for the girls that look like me, that's going to speak up on what they believe in. It's unapologetically you. And that's what I did it for tonight. This was for it was bigger than me tonight. It was bigger than me. Twitter is going to go in a rage every time. And I mean, I'm happy. I feel like I've helped grow women's basketball this year. I'm super happy and excited. So I'm looking forward to celebrating in the next season.
If you are talking.
Shout out to Carrie Champion, by the way. So back to this article here. Basically, I guess the first lady was at the game, watching the game, and she decided to. I think they interviewed her. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me word for word, but she basically decided to extend an invitation to both teams because they played so great to the White House. I think she said something like, I'll talk to Joe. Both teams deserve to come to the White House. They really played hard. And in the history, there's never been a time where the losing team gets invited to the White House. So amidst all of that, this article comes out today, and it's basically saying LSU's Angel Reese says her team won't go to the White House, but the school's athletic department says it would accept the invite. I think basically they felt some type of way by what the first lady said, because they worked hard to get to where they are, and it kind of just shows you the state in which this country is still in, because it's my opinion, if the roles were reversed, if LSU loses, they don't get an invitation to the White House alongside Iowa, but the fact that Iowa lost, a lot of people were saying Iowa started 5 white girls, against this team. And it's always that narrative when in this world, whether you decide to or not, what they root for is black versus white or white versus black. I find myself looking at that too as I'm watching the NCAA team. This goes back to what before segregate or during segregation, and you see all these movies and you see how black folks weren't allowed to play. So I understand where that narrative is coming from, but to tell this team that besides everything that they overcame this season, winning the championship, and then you're telling them that they got to share the stage, the platform with the team that they beat, doesn't make no sense, man. It just shows me we still all have to grow a little bit, and specifically people in power like the first lady.
Man, it's an unfortunate position, being an American, black or white, because that is our history in this country. What has transpired between us, you know what I mean? And whether we believe in it or not, whether we believe the same things as our elders did, all circumstances and person by person basis, but like acting like there is no problem or there is no history between black and white people in America is just, I feel like that's even more ignorant than like not acknowledging a problem instead of acknowledging it and trying to work through it. I feel like that's even, you know what I mean? Like that's even more ignorant. So it goes long way back. I do know this though, just from having friends from every background. I have, what I'm saying, I got friends from every background you can think of. So I do know that at least when it does come to sports, and probably specifically basketball, that is a world or a situation where I know that white people feel slighted or possibly could feel some of the kind of energy that like we would feel at a country club. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of high level basketball, whether it be AAU or any high level basketball at all, it's a situation where like you kind of got to deal with us. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's still private school basketballs and but like to get to, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you got to, that's one situation that I've actually heard about, you know what I'm saying, where, some white dudes don't get past the ball, some white dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, white man, it's a movie about it.
White man can't jump.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's or only the white dude can shoot, or only, you know what I mean? Like, or he can only play defense or pass or whatever, you know what I mean? So, I know dudes who go through that. I mean, even on the 2K level, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know dudes who are white dudes who feel like not that they have to, but they have to even think of or even have to come up with like, oh, I might have to make my creative player black just so I can get past the ball online. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know that there are those situations. You know what I'm saying? It can be hostile. It can be, you know what I mean?
It just shows you that it's deeply rooted in our psyche, though.
But that's it. But it's like I said, it'll never not be a thing. So I'd rather acknowledge the thing and work through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of conversations, me and Dane, you and we've all had You know what I'm saying? Uh, and there's no problems, there's no stress. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we were first talking about the Kyrie stuff, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's all love, but it's just like we have to figure out what to do uh, because that's a wild one. And I can understand how she feels. Hold on, this girl is doing stuff, basically imitating what we do to try and feel included. But if I do it to her,
I'm a
it's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong and negative, but she's supposedly imitating my behavior. You see what I'm saying? It's like this weird. So it it can be complex, man. I do think it's something that we got to talk about and try to figure out. But that's large scale sports, and especially I think as women's sports evolve, that's definitely going to be a thing. Uh, I'm, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that either. You know, it's a similar situation being a man in a workplace. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to be seen as an aggressor. You know what I'm saying? You do anything, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, oh, people can kind of do, there be double standards, bro. And I don't think in sports that we should have this one, especially when like women having their own sports is trying to fight that double standard in the first place.
right.
So I feel like it's kind of counterproductive to be like, oh, we're gonna let these women play sports, but hey, some people can act one way and other people, and especially when you had these organizations, maybe Iowa didn't want Angel Reese.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing. Like then it goes down to the university, who's recruiting who. Maybe they didn't look at Angel Reese and any of her teammates. Maybe they, you know what I mean? So it's like maybe that's the reason why. You never know what these ladies go through. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's two girls on LSU team who got passed up by Iowa because they were seen a certain way. We're not even gonna label nobody. We're just gonna say seen a certain way. And they didn't get that exception letter. Maybe they took that personal. So it is, you know what I'm saying? You represent the team on the front more than the back, especially when it comes to collegiate sports. So that's deep though, but congrats to LSU. I don't want to shine any other light on other than that, you know what I mean, the victory, because that's a wild thing to do.
I think you're right with that, and we can move on to the next topic. Congrats to LSU. Congrats to Angel Reese. I agree with her sentiment. She has definitely put her stamp on a women's basketball,
Yeah.
and more people will be tuning in now if they aren't already. And speaking of tuning in, UConn won the championship. And I just kind of, we were talking about this before we started. I wanted to read this to you because you say you didn't believe me. It says here, still, Monday's game was the most watched program on television that evening and the most watched basketball game, college or pro, since Kansas' victory over North Carolina in last year's national championship. The women's NCAA championship game set a record Sunday when LSU beat Iowa with 9.9 million views. This year's men's tournament averaged 9.55. So yeah, more people watched the women's than they did the men's.
Um, I can tell you why.
Why?
No at-large teams made it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, UConn's a big school now, but I get
uh,
what you're saying.
I believe they're still Big East, and if that's the case, it's not the Big East that it used to be. Um, Also, the highest seed to never win was a 5, so I was rooting for Miami or San Diego State. Um, but San Diego State, I think the most famous San Diego State game in history is either, well, now it's probably that buzzer beater they had in the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, when Kawhi Leonard beat Kansas. Other than that, I don't know a single person who can tell me a different San Diego State moment. Um, UConn, I think, is a third or fourth program to win under 3 different coaches. So good for UConn just as a program. Um, just shows that they can compete no matter what level. But like none of the SEC teams were in it. None of the ACC teams were in it. None of the Big 12 teams were in it. You know what I mean? I don't even know what San Diego State is. Is that Pac-12?
I don't either, man.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, I would think that they are now, but that's what I'm saying. Is just like it's one of those years, man. I still can't even remember the source, but I definitely remember somebody talking about UConn and them having a chance to win it, and look what happened. So, uh, shout out to Rip Hamilton.
Well,
Shout out to Ray Allen. Other than that,
I didn't have much skin in the game, so I really didn't care who won or lost. But
yeah, I wanted FAU and Miami to win, so that no matter what, the Miami would be the mecca of college basketball for a weekend, and then I could maybe go to a watch party
excuse
with
me.
my boy Mikey. Shout out to Mike. Bro. It was a good tournament though. Lots of upsets, lots of stuff that I wanted to see. But when the number one overall gets knocked out, I had in our bracket that they weren't going to make it past whatever. I think it was Elite Eight. Whenever they lost San Diego State or Sweet 16, same thing. It was one of those down years. Very very surprised at how K-State lost, Kansas lost. It was some wild stuff this year, man. Baylor lost.
Definitely. And
Yeah. So, I
it
mean,
also kind of felt not as hyped as normally. Maybe it's because a lot of the big names got knocked out.
yeah. I mean, it's like I said, all of the I don't necessarily mean at large, but like the big fan bases, UCLA lost. You know what I'm saying? Duke lost. I don't even think North Carolina was in it. So, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like, or if North Carolina was, they definitely lost. Providence lost. Just all the teams that like really have like strong tournament play or history or a lot of titles, they just they lost.
Gotcha.
Although UConn now has joined a very elite group. You know what I mean? What having so many different titles, different eras, different storylines. It wasn't like a dynasty. It's clearly the program. You know what I'm saying? They got a good program up there.
Mhm.
Your boy though, speaking of Connecticut, right outside of Boston, your boy.
Talking about Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Oh wait, he's from Cameroon. My fault. I forgot. Shout out to Samuel Eto'o.
I said we can touch on it real quick. Getting close on the time. A lot of people have been saying he should win the MVP. He dropped 52 last night. They almost lost the game though on a crazy set of events. Trying to see if I can find a video that I had teed up.
Overtime, with this being the first on back-to-back nights. They play the Clippers tonight. Game last night. LeBron.
You can't discount a team that's had the best record in the NBA for a 55-game stretch, Greeny. I mean, they're definitely in the mix. I'm concerned about their depth, and I'm also concerned a little bit about once you get into a 7-game series, having a center as your primary focal point offensively. I think you can get creative in ways to take the ball out of his hands easier than a primary ball handler. I think Boston has the most of those. I've gone back and forth between Boston and Milwaukee all year.
So not to watch too much of this, the gist was basically they're saying, even though he's as dominant as he is, when the playoffs will come around year in and year out, Boston has had their number. And the fact that they almost lost this game, I was trying to find exactly that area, but they were up by like 6 or 7. And within a few seconds, the game was tied and it could have gone to overtime, So we'll see what happens this postseason, man. I'm rooting for them. I'd like to see Philly win. I'd like to see Joel win one. But of course, I know the Warriors are still going to do their thing. So we'll see.
Philly's always got a shot. They just got to stay healthy, and Doc Rivers can't be a donut. Other than that, you know what I mean?
You can't be eating donuts. Is that what you said?
No, he can't be a donut. Like, he can't have no holes in him. He out here glazed. It's always something. He always blowing these 3-1 leads and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like no bonehead shit, and Philly should be fine. And they just got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But those two things have been holding them back: coaching decisions and health. So
Now, do you think he's gonna win the MVP though? Joel, that is.
Joel plays in Philly. He plays like Philly. Philly guys don't win MVPs.
Damn.
I think the last Philly guy to win an MVP in anything, what's that? AI, maybe one of the Phillies pitchers or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like bro, it's you know, it's a hard working town. You know what I'm saying? It's a very hard working city, man. They gully. So gotta put in a lot of work out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I would, but I kind of like it. I like how he said his thing, like, "Oh, ain't no pressure. I ain't no MVP. I ain't won nothing."
Yeah, I saw
You
that
know what I'm
post.
saying? Like, yeah. So I like to add. It's like I said, he really he played like he from Philly. You know what I mean?
And
So
it's people like that that you want to see win because they got that underdog in them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Um, definitely got that dog in him, the underdog in him too. So hopefully they do well. As long as they don't play the Heat, go go Joel Embiid.
Well, y'all may not make it, man. Last I looked,
Hey man, I'm
that
not
was
trying
like
to
the
hear.
seventh seed.
I'm not trying to hear none of that stuff you over here talking
You
about, bro.
know, man, y'all may not make it.
Bruh, we gonna
Look,
be fine.
it says Eastern Conference standards. Right now, y'all are the seventh seed
That
behind.
means we in it.
Shoot, the Hawks may knock y'all out.
No, the Hawks ain't finna do nothing.
All the Raptors.
No, the Raptors ain't finna do nothing either.
How that playing works? 7 versus 8 or 8 versus
Nah,
10? The one
seven,
that
seven verse, be
7.
7 verse 10.
Say that again.
It'll be 7 verse 10.
Oh, so y'all play the Bulls if the season ended today.
That'd be great. You just dust your ass up for a couple games on this pod on the back end.
Oh, speaking of dust ups, man, the Lakers are moving on up, dusting them cobwebs off. You know, they have won their last 4 games. Their record right now is 41-38. They beat the Utah Jazz last night, and they are playing the Clippers tonight. Both of them are actually 41-38. I guess they're playing for the 6th seed, the most coveted sixth seed that everybody basically wants, so they can beat the Kings, man. How you feel about that, Drew?
People gonna have a rude awakening. They're gonna be like, De'Ara who? Mike who? Harrison who? They're gonna be like, I didn't know. 4-0 sweep. Oh, I didn't know.
Sabonis is actually my favorite. If I had to say somebody, the X Factor, the underdog of y'all team, Sabonis, man.
You're gonna get a double every night, and they gonna be upset.
This game is vicious, man. If they talk about somebody you want to, man, the words would be sick. He kind of reminds me of David Lee a little bit. He got a little David Lee in it.
He's David Lee-ish. I can see that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. They're gonna be like, he has 20 and 15. What happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be as easy as everybody acting. They say we can't play defense, but they can't score like us either.
You got a point.
So that's kind of my thing. It's just like in a 7-game series, you gotta beat that 4 times.
Right now, I'm looking at the game, Lakers versus the Clippers, 37-31 with 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Lakers are up. Oh, Clippers are up, sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
So
The Lakers only do comebacks and shit. They ain't even good.
they don't really do too well in back-to-back games either. So I could see them losing tonight. See,
Man, guess who has a 2-20 record on the road in primetime?
who's that?
The Golden State Warriors.
You something else? You something else, man. I knew that's what you was gonna say. Had to take
Hey, you right up there with the Spurs. They 3-19.
you just had to take a little jab at me, huh?
Hey
But guess
man,
what?
but the Heat gonna make the playoff.
Well, we fifth in the Western Conference right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Because you're trying to get away from the Kings already, though.
No, we actually won in that sixth spot. We may lose the next 2 games.
Oh,
So
he said we may lose the next 2 games just to lose 4 in Sacramento. Not have to go very far because you know we gonna lose on the road.
Oh man, oh yeah, little fake man. We got my man coming back. Wiggins is coming back. The defensive wizard that he is.
He gonna be
We
good
got
to go.
the young glove back in the building.
The young.
Oh man. You don't want to see these paws, man. You know what I'm saying?
He said the young glove. Oh man,
Man, just wait. Playoffs about to start, man. I'm excited. I don't know what to do with myself.
I do. That's well, I ain't drinking until the 20th, but grab a beer. Yes, sir. Ugh. Grab some good food, man. Playoff basketball is coming. That's really the only time I watch NBA.
During the playoffs?
Yeah, the regular season too long, bro.
I feel you.
It really don't. To me, the NBA season don't even get started until Christmas. What else we got?
We were going to talk about the UFC. I said we just leave this the cheating allegations till next time till more info comes out.
Yeah, you right.
Talk about it then. Let's just end with the UFC and call it a night.
Cool.
So you were saying that the investors just bought the WWE?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's like the fund management group or the investors or the owners. It's but the money that run UFC just bought WWE, so they're gonna be ran under the same thing. They're not gonna like coexist or you know what I'm saying. But like they'll be funded, operated or whatever by the same company. Gonna be the same CCO, same CEO, same CIO, same president. Vince, Triple H, Victor. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same company. They just finally sold it. And WrestleMania was this past weekend, man. It was crazy. All the matches was good. A couple hiccups, couple miscues. Other than that, pretty good show. Snoop Dogg need to learn how to bounce off the rope. Other than that, bro, good show, good product. But beyond that, man, we got UFC. Alex P versus Israel Adesanya, man.
Adesanya. Say his name with some. What's wrong with you, man? Put some
man. That's so funny.
Israel Adesanya. Nah, Adesanya. Say it with your chest. He gonna get that W, man.
Man, I really hope he do, but I swear to God, bro, this Sagat looking dude, bro. This is a bad motherfucker, man. He's so big, bro. He's so tall. Like, I don't understand how he makes 185 because Izzy is already big for 185.
Right.
So it's like, this dude is, he looks 205. I don't even understand. Like, he looks so much, like, stronger than Izzy in the clinch when they both couldn't really wrestle or grapple. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude just looks stronger than him. So it's just like, I'm not sure what he's going to do different from the last 3 times he lost. But I thought he could have used a good ass whooping. Give somebody else an ass whooping, get his confidence back. Because now he might drop 2 in a row. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I can't agree with that.
Bro, I hope that he come, bro.
Not dropping 2 in a row, man.
It would make me.
I know that Kyrie lost, man. Come on, bro.
It would make me so happy to watch him win. But it's like, but here's the thing.
What's
In
that?
that last fight, if that second round goes 30 more seconds, he would have beat Alex. He had him stunned. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he can't win. I'm not saying he can't, you know what I mean? It's just like he could. And I feel like for the legacy, it's always about momentum and stuff like that. You can't just keep trying to beat down the door. Sometimes you got to wait to find the key and unlock it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he could have just, you know, let Alex P defend the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let him defend it against somebody else. Maybe he gets hurt in training or something like that, or da 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 da.
But as a Nigerian, that's not what we do. We don't back down, bro.
It's not a back down. It's the smart move. Like, let him fight somebody else. Maybe somebody else fucks him up, and then you already beat everybody else up. So then get your belt back. Like, it's just a smart move.
He got something to prove, though, man. People forever gonna be talking. Oh,
He
it's like
has nothing to prove. He's the
you couldn't
last
beat
style
Alex P.
bender.
You couldn't beat Alex P, could you?
Okay, so he go Daniel
Take
Cormier.
it down, bro.
He go Daniel Cormier the situation. Just keep on fighting John Jones and losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I mean,
just
I think that's in the pedigree of the fighter, though, man. If there's that one person that you feel like you could have beat but you didn't, you gonna always want that rematch. Look at the Creed 1, 2, 3. You know, like it's a reason for them. It's always been set to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Look at how many times Pacquiao fought Mayweather. So that's just the way the sport is designed, man. And I'm not comparing them like they're the same, but when it comes to fights like that, you always feel like you got something to prove. Maybe it was a last minute decision that got you to lose, or maybe you felt like you could have beat the person, but if you did some things differently, maybe your conditioner was off. So it's always going to be in the back of your head, especially if he does what you say he should, and just let somebody else beat him and then take your belt for somebody. Years from now, he's going to be like,
I'm not even saying let him. I'm just saying that is the sidestep option instead of taking a four. He's lost once at this weight in the UFC, but he's lost to this dude 3 times.
yes, I understand.
So it's not, I think he's being stubborn.
Hey, bro, 4 is a good ass number. I got. Remember, we had this conversation when you see that W, man. Dan, if you listening, if you watching, put your money in Adesanya. And on that note, we're gonna take it off, man. Take it off. We go. Appreciate y'all.